Yeah, guys, maybe we are going to see the flip there on dollar to just continue our higher time frame trend. I would definitely hope so. And if we do, we'll probably use GU. Again, just we didn't really get the sweep here of this high, which is a bit surprising, especially with how close we came, but we definitely printed institutional candles, above there, right? Multiple time frames. All right, still staying calm, y'all, right? There's no multiple signs of manipulation. We kind of do see on the 1 minute, we do see like order flow a little bit happening, but 3 minute, there's nothing there, right? 5 minute, nothing there. 15 minutes about to close here. It's going to close not great as well for a sell idea. So we're still going to have to sit on our hands. Yeah, we'll just wait and see if we get some of the price action we want to see. Like I said, decent 3 minute candle, decent 5 minute, 3 minute, and 1 minute candles to bring us up, right? But no real second point of manipulation yet. So if we could get price to really just tap into those candles with a good candle and then, maybe create a trap candle or something like that to give us an indication that there's order flow going in the other direction. If not, then again, we could just see this continue to buy up, especially with the equal highs sitting over here. And then we'll just look above and see if there's new institutional candles above here, right? But this is basically the process, right? Like we kind of have a theory, right? We go ahead and wait. We see, okay, do we get the right candles printing in our zones, right? In this case, we do, but we don't. We also have equal highs and like all that, and we haven't pointed our second point yet. And then yeah, we wait for the second point of manipulation to go and tell us like, okay, yeah, we're ready to make our way lower. I don't like the current 15-minute candle for the sell, so that's why I do want to see price just come up one more time. So let's hope we get a 15-minute up candle here, close nicely there, get to the smaller time frame, see if we can get the breakdown, and then we're going to go ahead and see if we can execute. So that's going to be the game plan. But hey, we're making the new high. The timing looks decent, right? 2:52 minutes left, right? So if we can sweep this internal high here, hold this zone here, right? Close this candle really strong up here, and then the next candle we start to see, in the 5 to 3 and the 1, we start to see some order flow to the other direction. I wouldn't mind taking a position on it to align with, again, our bigger time frame idea, $4. All right, so a couple good things for our idea. No wick sitting on the bottom here of this candle, meaning that we opened and instantly shot to the upside, right? Typically this is almost like imbalance. Price does like to, again, get back to candles that haven't been, that have no wick and fill them. So, and especially when they happen with like institutional candles that take liquidity, we typically like to see institutional candles having no wick there at the bottom. So not bad there on the 5 minute, the 3 minute, and probably the 1 minute as well, which really started off this big, push to the upside there for the 15 minute, right? That gave us that. Again, even here with the 15, it's like this has some potential to be an institutional candle, with the fact that we held up this high, right? So that means that before this 15 minute existed, we were still holding these internal highs that happened over here, right? So really we want to see, okay, in here, again, do we respect, right? Do we show that now the 1 minute starts to get some signs of manipulation, right? Like let's say we start to get, price really starts to break down and, show us that we're getting back down towards that level. Then again, we might be able to, take an attempt here. Yeah, this next 15 minutes is going to close in 6 minutes. So not looking great for our theory of this potentially being an institutional candle. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it looks like it's just rocketing through. So prices just pretty much continue to rally here, just barely getting above previous highs. And it does look like there's some pretty decent sweeps here, right? We do have actually a 5 minute candle there, right? We can see also with the 3 minute, really nice push to the upside, 1 minute as well, really nice push up. It does look like we kind of created relatively equal lows sitting right there. And, now we're really trading back up into that zone. So really all we want to see is price to really reject off of this zone here, right? We have imbalance here on the 3 minute that we can also reject from. And then from there, go ahead and look to follow up on it after we get a reaction from that to see if this can be a type 2, right? Sorry, not type 2, type 3. So basically institutional candle creation above highs, right? So when we look at the 30 minute, right, we already have price really going ahead and closing above those highs. We look at the 15, we also have price closing above those highs, and all of that, right? Even with the 5, the 3, and the 1 we saw there, right? So there are multiple time frames now that are showing it with this push to the upside, that maybe we can end up getting that next drive lower, right? It does look like we're getting price to push a little bit higher. So again, we really want to see a rejection off of here, right? Maybe create this 1 minute candle as our institutional candle on the lower time frame. That can give us a sign that this will end up being like a second point of manipulation. So it looks like next candle went ahead and really engulfed back down. We're getting a nice 3 minute candle now in the area. Truthfully, this would be really the zone up in here that we'd be looking for, just risking up and above previous highs. And again, that's only risking about 5 pips or so. So we would be in a pretty good position here to look for the trade, right? And I do think if this 3 minute were to continue down, it would look clean. The 5 minute as well, right? 15 minute, we still have 10 seconds left. Sorry, I meant the 5 minute, we still have 30 seconds left. But it looks good to me. It looks like we just tapped into fill the imbalance. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, coming right above. And now we really tapped into, the 1 minute candle that, looks like our second point. Oof, look at that reaction. All right, guys, after that, I think I'm going to go ahead and go for a short position here. All right, now that we had price tap back in and reject again, we're going to go ahead and see if this can hold for us. So yeah, just a little bit under our full risk, I think is fine for this position. Okay. I know it's a little messy there because we got multiple entries, but this is really the idea that we're starting to see order flow come down. All right. I'm going to see again if this push to the upside here can just have been a quick manipulation of this previous high here, right? We do see again really nice 5 minute candle, right? Really nice 3 minute push to the upside there. 1 minute push to the upside as well to drive up towards those highs, and then again coming back up into that zone really aggressively, right? Taking out these highs and then engulfing back down, right? We saw this previous candle go ahead and just run the high of this candle, getting back into our zone before dropping through. So yeah, I did end up, going for these positions, y'all. So let's see where this ends up going. Here we go. Nice candle down, right? So again, big wick up, right? Barely taking people out and then coming right back down. It's exactly the kind of PA that we want to see for our idea to play out here. All right. 1 to 2 is going to be just driving back towards here, which is where, again, we saw that there was no wick there on the bottom. So could it be that this whole drive up was just a manipulation to, again, attack these previous highs, get any stops out from these levels, and then see the next move go ahead and happen from there. And again, if we can really see this 15-minute come down over the next 4 minutes, then this is going to be pretty strong for our trade, right? 30-minute as well. You know, that would be pretty strong for our trade, but we need it to happen now, to be honest, right? We got to really get an impulsive move down, which it looks like we're getting. So we just got back to 1 to 3s here, right? Beautiful already, you know, 1 to 3 risk to reward in such a quick time. You know, really it was only about 40 minutes it took to get us to a 3% gain. So now I'm going to take some partials, guys, off the table, right? You know, we have our smallest position here at the bottom. That's about 459 up, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take that. All right, for now, we'll take another 1.5 out here at the 1 to 3, and then we're just going to let the rest ride. Okay. And yeah, and we'll also go ahead and move stops to break even. This is now a risk-free position. And let's see how this will go. All right, guys, so pretty much just hit 1 to 5 on these positions. Going to go ahead and take some more partials out. I'm going to go ahead and take out 3.5 more. All right, and we're just going to leave our 10 lot running here for the rest of the time with stops at entry to see where this can go. So yeah, guys, we'll let this run. We have about half of our original risk in now. Overall, pretty good win. And let's see if we can get this to win more. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.